And so Royce is your older brother, Royce the 5'9", right? And Greg is your oldest brother. Right.
Yes.
And then you guys had any other siblings? You had like a younger brother, right? And younger sister?
Got a younger brother, Alex, Al Kufu, he go by, and then my little sister, baby sister, China.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So
I'm the middle child.
Big family, right?
Yeah.
How would you describe your childhood?
Shit. I mean, to be honest with you, bro, it was normal while I was living it, because that's all I knew. But then when I start speaking about certain shit with other kids, and I start seeing what they was like scarred by, you know what I mean? Like ass whoopings and shit like that. I'm like, wait, we get more ass whoopings than anybody. And like a lot of my friends just had their mother, and they would look at me like I'm lucky because I got my mother and my father. But I was getting my ass whooped by a man, like an in-shape man. He was always in shape. He played in basketball leagues from a kid all the way to 50-something years old, bro. Like, always in shape. And I would always look at it like, nigga, you lucky you don't got to get your ass whooped by this guy. You know what I'm saying?
So these conversations were being had while you were like a teenager, or like while you were still a kid, pretty much?
I would say more teenage, headed out of high school, and then out of high school type of shit. You know what I mean?
So at the time, you're just like, this is normalized to me. This is like what I thought it's supposed to be like, basically.
Yeah, I thought everybody go get their ass whooped and fucking... And it's not like it was something wrong with my dad. Like, we was doing bullshit. He might have got a little carried away sometimes or overdoing it, so we thought. But, like, we was always in some bullshit, man. And my father just was not buying it.
Yeah, so I want to bring up, because I think one of the most powerful songs that I've ever heard is by Royce, the song Power, off of the Book of Ryan, right? And I say this because it provided like that insight into your guys' upbringing and the things that you guys experienced. What was your reaction when you heard that song, because it captured like your guys' childhood?
Man, I didn't hear, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that shit, Royce is an alien, right? So sometimes you could be having a conversation with him, and then, or just talking, like reminiscing about something. And then he'll sit there, he'll be having a conversation with you. And then all of a sudden you just see him doing this, rubbing his chin. And once he start going, like scatting and whispering and shit, like he kind of zoned out from your conversation, it's like he came up with a thought. So really, we was just in the studio reminiscing about our childhood, just in general. You know, we told the story about me with the Timberlands, my oldest brother getting hit. Yeah, all that. We was talking about that in the studio, so it wasn't a surprise to me that it was on record. The surprise was more like, I can't believe he was able to fucking rhyme this shit. I didn't think about, like, I know these are cool stories, but I never thought to rhyme them. You know what I'm saying?
Put them in song format.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he did it, and I was blown away by that. Like, that's crazy, because we laughed about that shit before the songs and shit like that came out. So I didn't hear it and was like, damn, why you talk about it?
Right.
It was like, this is the shit that we was talking about in the studio.
So you were there to witness it being put together, basically.
I wasn't there when he recorded that shit to know that that's what he doing. But when we was in the lab talking about it, I knew that he was collecting data for something. Gotcha, and then when I heard it, I was like, I knew it, I knew it. I knew it. But yeah, he an alien, bro. I can't. What can I say?
Because the attention to detail when he was talking about the rugged outbacks and everything, like, that's crazy. You know what I mean? I know when the song came out, or the album itself came out, like, your father ended up feeling a type of way because of the things that Royce disclosed, which is his truth. But at the same time, when you disclosing your truth, sometimes other people, you know, get put in it. And your brother ended up making the song Hero, the next album, to show that despite your father's shortcomings and the mistakes that he's made, your father is his hero. Can you relate to that?
Hell yeah. I mean, I mean, as an adult, that's when my father became my hero because I understood why he did everything he did. And I'm glad that he did it because it made us tougher people. You get what I'm saying? So my dad, yeah, he been my hero ever since pretty much I became an adult and I could understand why he did it. You know what I mean? Like sometimes when we in a situation, it's like we all channel our inner dad. Like,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? Like what we seen him do to handle the situation. It's crazy seeing my brothers do it. It's like, damn, he look just like dad doing that. Like that's what we do. So he all of our hero, bro. You know what I'm saying? He definitely a superhero.
Yeah, I think that, like when you're younger and you kind of got that trauma, everybody has trauma from, kind of the way that they were raised. You're dealing with that. But when you get put in the situation when you become a parent and you see how it's difficult, it is difficult to be responsible for another person entirely, no matter what you do, right? You could end up fucking up this person. And so I think that a lot of times when you become that parent, it makes you understand more, why your parent made the decisions that they did or how they could end up making those mistakes.
Yeah, I mean, and also as you grow up and you go through things in your life and it's certain things that you more prone to than others, alcoholism and, these addictions and things like that. And you know that like your father may have had an addiction or addiction is something that run in the family. It's just like you have these questions. You feel what I'm saying? And it don't necessarily make the questions that you have in your head facts, but it's just certain things like, damn, how would I be if my dad wasn't like this or if my grandfather wasn't like this? It's just kind of a part of knowledge of self and trying to evolve as a human being. So I definitely wasn't mad at my brother, even though like there was certain things that like could have been handled better communication wise and things like that. So my father he would be ready for what's going to happen and things like that. But overall, I feel like that was therapeutic for him. I think he needed it. I think that, my father at first was just confused on why. And then as time went on, they got to talk about it. And then now everybody's in the proper understanding. He bought him a
Right.
damn Corvette. So, you know what I'm saying?
Retired him too.
Not to
Right.
say that, yeah, that's not to say that, like, that's everything is about, like, money or buying somebody something, but like just that understanding, the fact that they talked and they got past it, that means the most to me. But Royce's sanity and him having to get that shit off of his chest, I'm glad he was able to do that. You know what I mean? I think that matured him a little bit more, gave him a little bit more clarity and peace, so that the conversation that him and my dad were to have made it more powerful. You know what I'm saying?
Most definitely, man.